Hey guys, Hunter here from Coyote CrossFit, CrossFit 2717. We're going to start a new series. We're going to start interviewing our members and just getting to know what's been working for them, what they've been doing, and so hopefully it can help some of you guys continue to make progress. So I'm here with Trey Pittman, and Trey's been making a whole lot of progress here recently. And he's changed a few things in his life that's really helped that, so kind of want to dig into that. So Trey, why don't you just kind of tell us how long you've been doing CrossFit and kind of how you got to this point?
Yeah, I've been doing CrossFit for probably around, I'd say, a little over 3 years, about 3.5 years. I think I've been a member here for right at 3 years. I've pretty consistent as far as coming into the gym. Really gotten consistent over probably the past year and a half, I would say. You know, and I feel like it's a kind of a natural process for most people in the fitness world where you don't really understand, you know, how important certain things are regarding your health. You know, there's actual coming in and working out every day, and then there's this whole other world that's outside of that, such as, you know, diet, sleep, and everybody says that, but I feel like it's really hard to understand what kind of impact that actually makes on you. Mm-hmm. I know for myself, just in the last, you know, I'd say 4 to 6 months, I've really got to see the benefit of, you know, taking care of my diet, my sleep, and very specifically alcohol consumption. Mm-hmm. You know, now I'm not saying that I've just totally abstained from alcohol, but what I've done is I actually had a little bit of a mild injury from something really unrelated, and it kind of forced me to say, okay, you're going in and working out 5-6 days a week, you're putting in all this work. I really hadn't seen some of the improvements that I would expect for the amount of work that I was putting in, so it really forced me to take a step back and look at my diet. And what I found was, you know, I was probably having, you know, at least a glass of wine a night, you know, sometimes 2. And I just kind of made a commitment to cut that out. Kept diet the same, which I watch all my protein. I watch all the other things that we're told to do. I kept my workout routines the same. And in the span of probably, I'd say 3 months of doing that, I experienced a body fat drop of around 4%. Wow. And this is coming from somebody, you know, in my position who has been putting in the work for a long time. Yeah. And you know, for me to make a jump like that is pretty substantial, and it's even surprised me. And it's translated over to so many different things, not just in gym performance, but like, you know, I feel better, I sleep better. You know, of course, my gym performance is better. My cardiovascular system is infinitely better. Yeah. And I don't believe that it's. I think there's a big misconception that I had it, that, you know, when you think about having a glass of wine a night or beer, whatever it is, you know, even TV will tell you it's so many calories, mm-hmm. right? It's like, oh, this is 100 calories, or this glass of wine's 150 calories, whatever. I was in the mindset of, okay, well, that's just calories that I can factor in, and it does not work that way at all. It really affects recovery. It's really kind of giving your body, it's saying, hey, look, you're doing all this work with your diet and your exercise. Take a break from that. I need to get rid of all of this stuff you just put in your body. I mean, I believe the half-life of alcohol in your body is somewhere like 3 hours per glass or per, you know, a serving of alcohol. Mm-hmm. That's a long time. So if you have 2 drinks, that's 6 hours. Well, if you have that at 7 o'clock at night, that means your body doesn't even start to function normally until 2 o'clock in the morning. That's in the middle of the night when you're sleeping. Yep.
So let's kind of step back and examine a little bit his journey. So he was coming in, you're working out 6 days a week, every single
5 to 6 days, yeah.
Very consistently, not missing. He had his diet pretty much in check. He was supplementing with protein. You're what, hour and a half, 2 hours at the gym every single day?
A lot, yes.
And he was getting frustrated because he had not made the body composition progress that you thought you would make, putting in that amount of time. I mean, you think, you know, I'm putting in 10 hours a week at the gym, I should be looking like I'm on the cover of Men's Health or something like that, you know? And he was getting frustrated with that, and we kind of talked, and I'm like, man, you know, tell me about your alcohol consumption. I'm drinking a glass of wine every single night or so. I'm like, man, you're never going to get the body composition change that you want to. And for him, it took not being able to put the work in the gym that he had been. So, man, I need to start focusing on something else. And that's when he started focusing on, let me make sure, let me start cutting out some of this alcohol. And he's cut out the alcohol, and for the most part, I mean, he still drink, you know.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not. I haven't just totally cut it out. I mean, you
Yeah.
know, I will have a drink, you know, every once in a while on the weekend.
Yeah.
For one night, and even then, you just have to be careful, you know, not to just totally blow it out, because I mean, I've read studies where it's like, you know, if you go blow it out, like really binge drink bad on one night, it can set you back like 5 to 7 days.
Yeah.
Just until your body can get back to the normal state it was before.
Yeah. So that's a really good example of someone who was doing everything right in the gym. He was eating great for the most part, and he still wasn't where he was because he had one little thing that he needed to change. And so just keep that in mind when you're thinking about, man, if you're not where you want to be, take a step back and say, what am I not doing that I should be doing, or what can I do differently to make myself take that next step? And for Trey, it was something as simple as just drinking, instead of one glass every single night, cutting that back and just drinking one night a week. Mm-hmm. And I think his body, what'd you say, you lost 4% body fat in about
4% body fat
in about
right, 3 months.
3 months, 4% body fat in 3 months. So he's under 10% body fat now, which I think he probably thought he'd never get to that point. Yeah. His performance has gone through the roof in the gym. I know he did 20 bar muscle ups, and I know he doesn't like to brag on himself, but he did 20 bar muscle ups in a row, which I think was over double what he'd been able to do. All of his numbers are going up a lot. So just one little small change can make a big impact. So I challenge you guys, if you're not where you want to be, if your body composition isn't where you want it to be, and you've been consistently coming to the gym, well, it's not the consistency in the gym that's the issue. It's something else. And so let's start examining that, start looking at it. You know, I talk to a lot of people about alcohol, and that can be one of the biggest limiters. So just simply changing it from one glass a night to one night a week can make all the difference in the world for you, possibly. So hopefully this helps you guys, and we'll continue to try to tell the stories of our members and